Hello again. Now this is our fourth show of the day. Now we were trying to start it on February the 1st, but the other shows overran, and we just didn't really have time for it, and we didn't really have it properly put together neither. Now on music CDs, this is where I show you some music CDs from my huge collection, and I've got all sorts, and I'll even put a few strangers in for you. I hope we can do the lot, but I cannot do them all. I wanted to start you off on something like this, which is an MP3. And there she is, Shakira. You may have seen some of them before. I have done a lot of them before, but I was doing compilations for a long while. I did some singles, but you certainly have not seen every song. So there's Shakira there. That's Shakira to me. If I ever play Shakira, there she is. Fit and Remember and To Forget You and a lot of others too. Got 83 on here. Yeah, Shakira. And do you like that type? Well, Shakira's an artist in the 2010s and that. You might like something a bit a long time ago. Not too long time ago, but silly man lost his paper. Say, look what he lost his box. Um, what is it? That's my writing of what's on. It's Jim Reeves, actually. That's who it is in the early 60s. I can let you see that it is Jim Reeves because Jim Reeves. And that's just my playlist. Lost. But still got the record and plays beautifully. So that one is Jim Reeves, so remember that one. Now we're just getting a place to put everything. We cannot. We haven't got a expanding table. How about a bit of Pat Benatar? Would you like to pick a song from there? I didn't pick this song from Shakira, did I? I did. I gave you two. Fisher Remember and Forget You. From Jim Reeves, Distant Drums. And I Love You Because. I'll give you a couple from each one. I might even give you three. Pat Benatar. And there she is. Greatest hits, of course. And there's Pat Benatar. And there's me hiding behind Pat Benatar. Because she's got the best shot. Yes, it's on here. Yes, hit me with your best shot. And we have also one I liked really a lot. Love is a Battlefield. So hit me with your best shot. And Looking for a Stranger. Is that me? Pat Benatar there. This girl rocks. Well, of course, she rocks her socks off. Tina Turner. 15 greatest hits. So I must give you three. Tina Turner. What's Love Got to Do with It? You can get it live. River Deep Mountain High. You can have that live as well. You can not all live. You can not put City Limits. Of course, some of these done with Ike. And there you go. It was Ike or a husband or the other, so there you are. But this is Tina singing them again on her own. I like going downtown. No, just stand around, going to the mall and that. I like going out, get a bit fresh air, and people wonder what am I doing? What I'm not doing, what I'm not doing a William Live show. Well, I must try and get out and get a bit fresh air and stuff. I have to get out. I will get a bit of shopping as well, because I mean, Petula Clark likes to go downtown. Yes, I seen her last night. There she is. I'll give you 3. Downtown. When you're feeling down and you're feeling lonely, get yourself downtown. But don't get too drunk or you'll end up sleeping in the subway. Don't sleep in the subway. And at the end of the evening, kiss me goodbye. And there you are, a double R from Petula Clark. And there she is. And there she was. And there's the back. We've got 2 in, as you can see, 2 in. Nothing wrong here. And that's Petula Clark. In the 50s, she sang, but it wasn't such a big hit then. In the 60s, into the 70s, yeah, much bigger hit, yeah. And this girl, Sandie Shaw. And there she is. I think her name was Sandra or something. I'm not even sure whether that is right. But when they discovered her, she was singing on the beach with no shoes on the sandy shore. Get the best of Sandie Shaw, and there she is. I'll give you 3, and just let you see that they're both there. I'll give you something from the first vol. Puppet on a String. Would you like Sandie to be a puppet on a string? And from Sandie Shaw 2, there's always something there to remind me. Yes, it's very quite popular, that one. And Girl Don't Come, because she's away out singing. And there she is, Sandie Shaw. We've got this guy, died recently. I don't know how recently, or maybe it's a month to 2 months. Jerry Lee Lewis. When somebody first seen him, they say, boy, he's got great balls of fire. He says, good golly, Miss Molly, say that again. He says, there's a whole lot of shaking going on around here. And there's Jerry. And there he is. And there's his list. And there he is. And back to this type again. How about this type? It's just a pocket. I got it out because Peter likes the outfield. Likes to get his feet wet every day. It's dry today, but it's been blustery. 3 from the outfield. At about 100 on here. No, it's a bit besides 78. I do a few of them with other friends and that, but outfield. 61 Seconds is an outfield song. And Your Love, yeah. Your Love is an outfield song. But they do some with others, but that's an outfield song. Talk to Me, yes, it's an outfield song. All the Love, yeah, All the Love. That's what I was going to say. And that's the outfield there. And then we turn to some discs, proper discs. We got the Temptations, My Girl. On the other side, another William, is sang My Girl by the Foundation, but I said it by the Temptations, also Otis Redding. And there he is. Papa Was a Rolling Stone, yes. My Girl, of course. And of course, Just My Imagination running away with me. And that's the Temps, the Temptations. There's the back. Open up inside, not worth it. No. It's just records in there. Not really much for you to show you, see. So that's the Temptations. And mostly all in the teas, because I just grabbed a handful of I haven't got them all in order, like. What is it? The Thrills. The hit was Whatever Happened to Corey Haim and Let's Bottle Bohemia. You've never seen the Thrills? Oh, that's a pity. I'll show you them now. There they are. When were they mostly active? Early 2000s was probably best. Whatever Happened to Corey Haim might have been around late 90s, but mostly early 2000s. Early noughties. And there you go. And there you go. The Thrills. Yes. How about a real oldie? Let's get a real oldie. Because I picked some oldies up here for you. Oh, not too old. This was on the park, but it's not too old. It's Neil Sedaka. When I say oldies, real oldies, I mean going back before my time. You know, I could account from something from the early 50s and that. 60s, I'm making fine. 40s, I'm a bit vague on some of them, but I know some of them. And 30s as well, I can go right back to the 1700s. But there's Neil, greatest hits live in concert. What did I like from Neil? I used to like Calendar Girl, Sweet 16, and got them on there. And Breaking Up is Hard to Do. That's another one I liked from Neil. And as Neil, we've got him in other forms as well, but this is when he's live. He's all inside, he's all live on the inside. And there he is, that's Neil Sedaka. I wanted to go back to the real oldies. Yeah. He had a hit sometime in the 1920s or 1930s, was it? Jimmy Rogers. There he is. Jimmy Rogers for all the real oldies. My age, over my age. What about Jimmy the Kid? Roll Along Kentucky Moon. And there he is. The yodeling. He did a lot of yodeling. She was happy till she met me. And there you go. In the hills of Tennessee. Yodeling my way back home. Yes, he used to do yodeling. I mean, when I was a boy, I didn't think anybody done yodeling. I liked Frank Ifield. He did yodeling in the early 60s. And I liked Del Shannon. He did the Swiss Maid, and she was yodeling. And I've seen the film The Sound of Music, and she was, Julie Andrews, she was yodeling as well. There you go. Mississippi Moon has 22 in there, and it does some with the Carter family. You're going to say who's the Carter family? Well, stretched back to the 1920s, American, and there you go. Lovely on the inside, all alive. They're all alive on the inside. Yes. Should we have another real oldie? No, we'll not go too far back for this one. No, we'll take it up on nearest park. There she is. Rosemary Clooney. She wasn't really hit till the 1950s, and she was done by the 1960s. But she's still singing on in the 1960s. And she features Bing Crosby on here, you know, Bing Crosby singing with her. Half as Much, yes, was a hit. Now, come on, sing a little song done with Bing Crosby, because that's his song. Who kissed me last night? She just can't remember. She got a question mark. I do. Of course, this old house, you know, this old house. and things like that, and tenderly, and only forever, and man and woman. That was a funny one, man and woman. So there's Rosemary, and there's Rosemary in the dark. I wonder who did kiss her last night. Wasn't me. Should we go recent or past? Well, let's go, well, not too recent, you know. I would call anything from the 50s, from the upwards from this year, this 70s. Yeah, recent. From the 90s, actually, or perhaps the end of the 80s. Transvision Vamp, Baby I Don't Care. I want your love, baby I don't care. The only way I just want to be with you. Transvision Vamp, with the lady singer. Penny, I think it was her name, I'm not sure. Baby I Don't Care was probably the biggest hit. You haven't seen Transvision Vamp? Never seen them? Only on a video there. Well, I'll show them in real life. There's the band there. Think her name was Penny, but anyway, if it wasn't, there she is. She's a singer. You can look for Transvision Vamp on here and play Baby I Don't Care. Tell that girl to shut up. And there you go. And that's the one. That was one of my newer ones. It's not new, but I went to a sale a few years ago and I got a fair few with it. A little bit cheaper odds for it, but not too much, you know. The records are dear these days. I should have passed, semi-passed, or recent past. Passed a long time ago? Oh, yeah, yes. Okay, then we'll go there. Passed a long time ago, well past. It's past the 50s, you know. How about this lady? Dinah Shaw, doing what comes naturally. Standing and giving me a photo. Our biggest hit was called Buttons and Bows. It came in 1948. Reached number 1. And doing what comes naturally. Had the Gypsy, Georgia on my mind. And that's Dinah Shaw. Could that say her? Of course you can. And there's her back. And she's all in right. Way past, not so recent, or fairly recent in the last, let's say, 20, 25 years. In the middle to past, yes. Certainly not in the last 25 years, but 80s. Ruby Turner, the best of Ruby Turner. And there's Ruby there. And I just want to tell you about all my records, and I'll play you a song any day. The best of Ruby Turner, and there she is. And there she is when she's a Turner. She's had her hair done. She does things. She wasn't really, really popular, but she had one or two just minor hits. I'd rather go blind. If you're ready, come go with me. It's gonna be all right, and I'm in love, and bye-bye, baby. Ruby Turner. No, you just keep opening them up because you just get list and disc. about 1980s or 1982 or something like that, We're past, more recent past, or in the last, let's say, 25 years. Way past. Okay. I wouldn't have classed this one as way past because I haven't got the dates worked out for the categories. I would say way past, like Dinah Shaw, while back to the 40s and that. This one was in the 50s, but I mean, lady, not that well known. There she is. Corgi Grant, for all you real oldies who love the oldies. That's Corgi Grant with all my heart. A two-shot CD. You've never really seen Corgi Grant? You want to see it? Sure. There she is. That's Corgi Grant. Now, what did Corgi Grant do? She sang in the 50s. And it's called Corgi Grant, as I used to call her, Corgi Grant. With all my heart. Yes. What a beautiful combination. She had a couple of small hits in the 50s. Yes, Bewitched, I see on here. And I don't know them all by any chance, mine. And then back to Googie again. Googie Grant. And she's got two because all the ones behind us. But there she is, best picture of her. And there's lots on here. 22 on one and 24 on the other. She had something which wasn't the wayward wind, but something about the wind. I can't see it anyway. There you go. That's Corgi Grant. Something more recent now? More recent, yeah. Last 25 years? Yes. Okay, then. Turin Brakes. And just who are Turin Brakes? The Optimist, LP. Feeling Oblivion, Underdog, Future Boy, State of Things, On the Road, Mind Over Money, and The Optimist, which seemed to be one of the better things. So who are Turin Brakes? There they are. In the car. When were they active? Mostly at the best, being active throughout the noughties, but especially from the very late 90s to the early noughties, is you're looking at 2003 or 2004, maybe 5, for Turin Brakes. And there they are. Inside doesn't refresh us very much, but gives us lots of pictures of when they were playing. Fun shots or not. Right. Way back in the middle or fairly recently? In the middle. I hear what you say, in the middle. Okay. Temptations? Oh, not again. We've had them once. But this is the other Temptations collection. My Girl Ain't Too Proud to Beg, get ready. Because I had quite a few hits in the 70s as well as the 60s. Psychedelic Shark, Papa Was a Rolling Stone. You haven't seen the Temptations? There they are. Hey, laughing at you, man. There they are. The original collection. There they are, better for you. So you can really see them. Temptations, Papa Was a Rolling Stone. Oh, look, he's left his hat. who were the original lead singers of the Temptations: Eddie Kendricks, Dennis Edwards, Damon Harris, David C., Nat Evans, and Charles Blackmon. I like the Four Tops just a little bit more than the Temps. The Temps seem to be forever changing singers. And they did have a few singers, but then you see there's 6 of them, you know. So, I mean, there's several, 3 or 4 could step up and sing, you know. And there they are, the Temptations, forever changing singers. Now, where do you want to go? The more recent, or middle, or way back? Let's go way back. The Four Aces. We'll count the 50s as way back. And we'll count the 60s, 70s, 80s to 90s as middling. And we'll count anything before the 50s as way back. And from the late 90s, today we'll call fairly present. The Four Aces were a hit in the 1950s. 3 Coins in the Fountain, Wedding Bells, Love is a Many Splendid Thing, Mr. Sandman. I'm sure you've heard it done by the Chordettes also, and other people done that song. Stranger in Paradise, Frankie Sinatra does that one. Perfidia was done by the Ventures, you know. Standing on the Corner, oh yeah, the Four Aces had a hit with Standing on the Corner. Watching all the girls go by. The gang had sung Heart of My Heart. Got a whole 23 on there for the Four Aces. And there they are. Doesn't show you that photograph. There they are. I don't think it shows you that photograph. I don't think so. But no, it's just not worth looking. But there it is. There's the Four Aces anyway. Greatest hits. Take you back to the 50s with the Four Aces. Standing on the corner, watching all the girls go by, came at the beginning of the 1960s. I mean, they were still going in the 60s, but and they can go back to the 40s also. So where you want to go now? 60s? Yeah, let's go to the 60s. Because they weren't there in the 50s and they were done out by the 70s, although they still continued for quite a while. It's the Trogs. Wild Thing. With a girl like you, I want you. I can't control myself. Any way that you want me. All in the 60s. I used to have hit after hit after hit. In the 60s, the Trogs. And there's the Trogs there. Trogs. So that was from the 60s. Now I'm left with nothing at present. Unless I fish a few more out here. I'm left with nothing at present. I'm still keeping an eye on which way we're going. But this will be a present in that, fairly present in our time. Alternative life and alternative rock. You've got things like Lifehouse on here. You and Me, Breathing. You've got Red Hot Chili Peppers, which are still very active into the noughties. Cranberries also. Roxette. Fra Lippo Lippi. And of course, Lifehouse Family. Lighthouse Family it should be. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Under the Bridge, Give It Away, Californication, Lifehouse, You and Me, Hanging by a Moment. Everything. Roxette. The Luke dressed for success. Listen to your heart. Cranberries, zombie, close to you. Linger. Dreams. Frolic Lippy. Shouldn't have to be like that. They got little few, only one or two stitches and burns, some people. Lifehouse family, they got lost in space, high, lifted, things like that. And there they go on that side. That's Roxette up there. It's certainly not Lifehouse. The singer Dorian, I think, from Dolores, that's it, from Cranberries. And that's more like Lighthouse up there. Lifehouse it is. This one deals with One Republic, My Chemical Romance, Linkin Park, 3 Days Grace, Train, Drowned in Pool, Stone Sour, Florence and the Machine. I'm not sure whether that is Florence up there, but there you go. Yes, Kings of Leon. 30 Seconds to Mars. It's alternative of the later noughties and into tens. Gobsmack. The script. Trovy McCoy, Coldplay, Plain White Tees. Brendan Flowers is from The Killers. Kings of Leon. Good Charlotte. Train. Oh, and a lot. Goo Goo Dolls is on there as well. And Lifehouse, I see. Lifehouse. So there you go, more modern. I'll have to put them into better categories. That wouldn't be classed as the last 25 years. That'd be classed as the last maybe 15. Here's one. It's not that the record's damaged or anything, but I had Will Young in there and Haley Westerner, but I couldn't tell them too much about them because that's just a random one that I picked up, just a cheap one, somebody give us a few. So I said, oh, well, I'll put them in a pocket. But I have to buy most of their stuff, Slow rock alternative. Which covers things like My Chemical Romance, that's them there. Linkin Park, I think that's them down there, not sure. No, that's not Linkin Park. Simple Plan and Dishwalla. That's probably more like Simple Plan to me. Dishwalla, yes, I've seen Dishwalla as well. Dishwalla, Counting Blue Cars. We've got somewhere in the middle here. We've got Simple Plan, the song's Addicted. The worst day ever, I'm just a kid. My Chemical Romance is Welcome to the Black Parade. Helena, I'm not okay, I promise you. And Linkin Park, What Have I Done? No More Sorrow. Bleed It Out. In the end, nothing really matters. Numb. On I'll not have to give you much more of these because then I kind of go on to the oldies. The oldies, we're going back to the 50s again now for Billy Anthony. I'd rather take my time. Ricochet. And there's a good version of Way Down Yonder in New Orleans, which I like the Freddie Cannon version of the early 60s. Bell Bottom Blues, that was Alma Corgan. She's here as well somewhere. This Old House. Oh, yeah, Billy Anthony sings This Old House as well. And there she is. Haven't seen her, Billy Anthony? Well, she has a hit in the 1950s. Just one or two. She didn't have a whole string of hits. But there she is. This Old House, probably best remembered for the song is quite well known. Yes, and Billy Anthony again on disc. Well, we go past or present? And go on and give them another present. We'll try and go past present. The Rockers. Just a disc. Bon Jovi. It's My Life. Blaze of Glory. Living on a Prayer. Metallica. Nothing Else Matters. Mama Said Fuel. Until It Sleeps. Aerosmith. Come Together. Crazy. Jimmy Got a Gun. Love in an Elevator. Def Leppard. Ever needed someone? Hysteria. Let's Get Rocked. Firehouse. I Need You Now. I Live My Life for You. Love of a Lifetime. Mr. Big. Shine. Wild World. 7 Impossible Days. And White Lion. You're All I Need. Till Death Us Do Part. When the Children Cry. Going way back, going way back in 1940s, but mostly doing his song from 1949 to 1959 on here. Of course, still going after that, but I mean, that's the period what he voted to. Come on and stump. It's a Humphrey Littleton and his band. Yeah, 1 or 2 hits in the charts in the 1950s. Maple Leaf Rag, Memphis Blues. And there you are. And be Humphrey. Then he blew the trumpet. All Alive on the inside, just card and disc. Back. Andy's band, but he used to say Andy's band rather than his orchestra. This is not so right back, it's kind of middling. 1970s late, Helen Reddy. Cannot see Helen Reddy because she went red. She's ready in red. She's all ready for you. A long, hard climb. But you want to see her in colour? Well, there she is. Helen Reddy. Loving You, Ruby Red Dress. And of course, probably the biggest thing she had was Angie Baby. Story about Angie comes to you in the middle of the night. Angie Baby, I Am Woman. Things like that. In the 70s mostly, going into the 80s. And there's another better picture of Helen Reddy. I Am Woman was remembered quite well also. Present or past? Slow rock again from the 80s. Got John Bon Jovi. Got Journey. Bon Jovi in These Arms, Dry Country, Never Say Goodbye, Journey. Don't Stop Believing, Wheel in the Sky. Bryan Adams, Everything I Do It For You, Run to You. Rod Stewart, I Was Only Joking, Sailing. Dire Straits comes next. Money for Nothing. Sultans of Swing. And Europe, Final Countdown. And I had curry as well. Oh, they didn't have that too many hits. That's Bon Jovi, obviously. Back is just back. And now I'm beginning to slide, so I'd have to start and sort them out. Another one in the past. Yeah, we got time for another one in the past. And this one goes back 40s and that, maybe even a little bit before. Tony Martin, This May Be the Night. By a Wishing Well. And I could be told. I was just trying to think as I read. It's difficult to think as you read. What was his better known one? This May Be the Night, I think it could have been. Well, that's what he names it after. Tony Martin, and of course he had his orchestra, I think. I didn't say anything about his orchestra. So there he is. Tony Martin, and he sang on his own as well. So, but it's mostly, I think, 40s. I didn't recall him doing too much after 40s. This is Midland. That's 70s approaching 80s and that. Juice Newton. Let's keep it that way. Anyway, you want me, Sunshine, the Angel of the Morning, Queen of Hearts. A few of them are hits for her. Juice Newton. Back. Especially Angel of the Morning, she had a small hit with it, Queen of Hearts. Mostly in the country and western and that, country classics this is. From Juice Newton. 70s stretching into the 80s. More modern, Linkin Park. Yes, Minutes to Midnight album and Metaphor, Hybrid Theory. On the other side, Nirvana, all the Nirvana albums. Yes. Some Linkin Park, Catalyst, in the end, Numb, nothing really matters, and some Nirvana, well, Smells Like Teen Spirit. I Ain't Got a Gun. Yeah, and there's other ones as well. All Apologies About a Girl. Lithium. Yes, Nevada. And Linkin Park. Running short of the more older ones. Bryan Adams. You say it's Creedence Clearwater. Oh, you're not reading the right side. Bryan Adams and Creedence Clearwater. So there's Bryan Adams on that side. Heaven, Please Forgive Me. And that's Bryan Adams there, as you can see. And that's Creedence Clearwater. Heaven, Please Forgive Me. Everything I do, do it for you. That's Bryan Adams. And Creedence Clearwater, Have You Ever Seen the Rain? Someday Never Comes. The Do I Put a Spell on You? Yes, and Up Around the Bend, and and there you go. So we better use up a few more of these. Now we're getting on by time. Michael Learns to Rock. They just call him AMLTR. 25 minutes too late. Yeah, that's actor also. There seem to be his better ones. I just blank on the other side. Michael Learns to Rock. 80s mostly to 90s, I think. He lost his pocket. I have a spare pocket here, I'll put it in there. It's Pachelbel, it's Vivaldi, Bach, Vivaldi, and many more. Strasbourg Baroque Chamber Orchestra for when you want a bit of classical. The Battle of Rock, we had this handy because we did do the Battle of the Bands. We did the Battle of Rock as well. This is the Battle of Rock 2. Who we've got on here? Well, both sides is the same, so you can look at the same side as me. Europe, Journey, Bon Jovi, Bad English. Just one song from each of them. Europe, Final Countdown, Journey. Don't Stop Believing's on here. Bon Jovi, Always, Bad English, When I See You Smile. Harem Scarum, Honestly. Mr. Big, The Wide World. Survivor, The Eye of the Tiger. Def Leppard, Have You Ever Needed Somebody? Firehouse, I Live My Life for You. Guns N' Roses, November Rain. Foreigner, Waiting for a Girl Like You. White Lion, You're All I Need. Aerosmith, Amazing. Van Halen, Jump. Metallica, Nothing Else Matters. Skid Row, 18 and Life. Outfield, 61 Seconds. Bryan Adams, Summer of 69. Starship, We Built This City. And REO Speedwagon, Keep On Loving You. And I think you'll find it about 18 on there. I did the battle last year for you. Any more oldies? I've got oldies on the oldies shelf there, but I haven't reached them. Lena Horne. She didn't have too many hits in the actual charts, and a lot of her work came into the 40s, I think the 50s. When I Fall in Love, September song. I Wish I'd Met You, A Fine Romance. The Eagle and Me, Looking at the Rainbow. Every Time We Say Goodbye. Lena Horne. And there she is. Now that clears me out just on what I've picked up. I'm stretching to get in a cupboard. I can reach a few, but I'll have to. These are more recent, like, and older ones are down there. So I'd have to get a few more, but I'm only going to do a few more. Yes, now I only can possibly do you a few more. And I think time's run away with us. But that's for sure. I hope to do it for you each day. I first talked about with the oldies and that, but they're not all oldies. Anne Murray in the 70s had a hit with Snowbird. And Cotton Jetty, Walk Right Through, Look at Me, Blessed Are the Believers. Country hits, these more from Anne Murray. And there she is, Anne Murray. Now, any more, they're going to fall. Vicky Carr in the 60s, it must be him. If it's not him, I'll be going out of my head. Sorry with a fringe on top, meditation. You don't have to say you love me. Vicky Carr. It just simply must be him, mustn't it? And there you go. and Vicky Carr in a long dress. It Must Be Him was a big hit for her. A big hit in the top 10. Pops reached the top 5. I'm not sure what made number 1 now. If you go back to the 20s and that, songs of Hoagy Carmichael, Two Little People, Two Sleepy People, George on My Mind, Lying to Myself, Heart and Soul. He does and he does them with other people's orchestras, such as Harry Roy and his orchestra, Geraldo and his orchestra, Chuck Webb and his orchestra, because they have to have orchestras in those days, you know. And there he goes. Nat Gonella and his orchestra, Ray Noble and his orchestra. But they're the songs of Hoagy Carmichael, done by the orchestra. But of course, Hoagy Carmichael done them as well when he was here. So, Hoagy Carmichael, and just a few from recently. It's 10 Pole Shooter. A few hits in the punk days. Soldier of a Thousand Men. Wonderbar is on here, Wonderbar. And Love and Food, Let the Four Winds Blow. That's 10 Pole Shooter. Scottish band, 10 Pole Shooter. Shania Twain, Up. Features the hit singles, I'm Gonna Get You Good, and of course Up. And as Shania Twain, when she just got up, she hasn't had time to dress yet. She just got up out of bed. She hasn't got her hair done yet. No, she just got up. And there's her when she's pulling her hair out. And there you go. When you kiss me, up, I'm gonna get you good. She's not just a pretty face. I've been up all night writing on myself. So there you go, Shania Twain. And when you want to see her in colour, there she is. Up. I've got up and got dressed now and got my hat on. I was in bed the last time I called this. There you go. And Thin Lizzy, she went on a diet and just got thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner. They called her the Wild One. But the boys are back in town. Jailbreak, don't believe a word. Out in the Fields I really like, with Gary Moore and Phil Lynott. And I Whiskey in a Jar, yeah, absolutely loved that one when I first came out. So there he is, Phil Lynott with Thin Lizzy. That's just Thin Lizzy chords. That's what it is, Thin Lizzy chord. So there you are. I'm going to have to call that a day because I've got to sort this out now. So there you are. And I'll see you again tomorrow. I'm trying to do 4 shows a day now. So that's another one you got me into. I'll be showing you some more lovely discs and telling you about more artists and more records. And all you need to do if you want to hear them, you just put in a search bar and you're away. There you go. You can pick your choice from many. I didn't put up songs. Thousands here. Thousands. Put up songs. I wouldn't know which song to put up. How can I know which song to put up? Got about 100,000. There you go. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.